Hello, 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 everyone. How are you? Hope you're having an incredible day, and may peace be upon you. Thank you for watching this training. How you can write your book in 72 hours with me. So you want to make sure that you stay tuned. If you are just popping in and tuning in, drop me a comment below and say hello and say also where you are joining me from. I'd love to know. I'm here in California. If we haven't been properly introduced before, my name is Dr. Izihar Jamil. I'm a media expert, TEDx speaker, and also a #1 international best-selling author of the book Money Makers, Women Who Lead. Yes, I can. It is done. And many more. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I can't wait for today to be sharing with you something that I have honed in, something that I was able to crack through because of my circumstances, and that is how you can write your book rapidly. Because I feel that each and every one of us have something in them, have a story to tell, and you want to tell it and you want to put it in a book so you can help others. So today's gonna be the day where I'm gonna be hashing things out for you. So, how many of you here would love to write your book the quickest, fastest, simplest way possible? Give me a yes. Wonderful. And how many of you here have already got this burning desire, or this book idea that you've always wanted to share for quite some time now, but it's kind of one of those things that you start a little bit and then you pull back, you start a little bit and then you put a pause, you start a little bit, something happens, and for all you know, it's been 2, 3, 5, 10, maybe 20, 30 years till that idea is finally simmered. If that is you, give me a yes. Wonderful, thank you. And we are going to be here today to help you kick off and jumpstart your book in the shortest way possible. Okay, that's what we are here to do. So I see a few more people are jumping in, so fantastic. Welcome, 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 and make sure you drop in hello below and where you are joining me from. Okay, fabulous. Now, darlings, with your permission, let's get started. Let's kick off the training. Click on the hearts and the likes button if I have your permission. Do I have your permission to jumpstart the training today on how to write your book in 72 hours? Click on the hearts button. Take a deep breath and make sure you've got your notes with you, your pen, your book, your paper, or you want to write in the computer. Make sure you have things ready so you can take the notes today. Okay, ready? Let's go, darling. So, this kind of like journey for me, especially in rapid book writing, started off when I was 8 months pregnant. So, I was 8 months pregnant with my third child, Rehan. And then I had this burning desire to just write a book. And mind you, like circumstances was all against me. I'm big, I'm bloated, I'm exhausted, I'm hormonal, my back was hurting, I had to pee every 10 minutes. The last thing I want to do is write a book because I've got a baby coming out. Like then my priority would be to my baby, and it still is to my baby Rehan. But somehow I had this burning desire in me, in my heart, that just keeps building and building and building. And it wasn't just something, a flicker that happened overnight or in a week or two. It is something that happened for over the years. Something that happened over this, I feel like I needed to vomit it out right now when I was 8 months pregnant. And it's just something, one of those things that when I reflected back, it was to the moment when I was younger that I had an experience with my grandma, Mommy. So, Mommy is a stay at home wife. She's not highly educated. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't have an income. So, her only income is from my grandpa To'adi, who gives her a set monthly allowance every month. So every month you get a monthly allowance from Taaji. But Mommy loves nice things. She loves it from, beautiful clothes, jewelry, furniture. When you go to Mommy's house, you would see that everything is so pretty, so beautiful. And my uncle Ayahmi said that if Mommy had a job, she would be an interior designer. That's how beautiful her house looks like. So because Mommy loves nice things, right? She more often than not do not have the income capacity to buy something nice. Like, she told me before she loves nice furniture. So with Toaji, like if Mommy wants to spend anything more than her allowance, she has to take a credit from next month's allowance, and Toaji will then deduct that difference into the next month's allowance. She would have less to spend the month after. So Mama is the type that, you know what? I love nice things. I have my dreams. This is what I want. So she used her skill set, whatever it is that she have. Mommy is very artsy, very creative, very crafty. So she would do crocheting, she would sew, and Mommy is very fashion forward. Okay, that time she was like literally fashion forward. Her friends would hire her to sew their clothes for them because of the design that she makes. She would do flower arrangement, she would cook, she would bake, she would do so many different kind of things to generate an extra income. And over the years, Mommy paid for her own vacation around the world. She traveled around the world to the US, to England, to Scotland, to the Middle East, to Jerusalem, to China, to Vietnam, like you name it, like she's been there all around the world, and she paid it herself. She bought her own car herself. She bought her jewelry, the nice one that she loves, herself. She bought nice furniture for her house herself. So it's kind of like planted a seed within me. And there was time when I was younger, I think maybe when I was in high school and college, something like that, I would follow mom into a fabric shop. If you haven't been to a fabric shop before, the moment you step in, and this fabric shop are huge, okay? The moment you step in, you'll be like, oh my God, there is hundreds of different fabrics from different color, different patterns, from flowers to stripe to animals to polka dots, from red, blue, green, white, and everything in between. It drove me insane because I don't like shopping. Shopping stresses me out because there's so many options. But Mommy would be like, she would go to the shopkeeper. She'd be like, I want that one, that one, that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. And she would ask the shopkeeper to cut it into 4 meters length, 4 meters, because then we would take that fabric and sew it to make baju kurung, which is our traditional clothes and what people wear every day in Malaysia. So the baju kurung is 2 meters for the top and 2 meters for the skirt. So when she has finished shopping and literally take like I think half of the shop, I would then carry those fabric bags in big bags, lots of them, would carry them to the car, put it in the car, drive Mommy home, take the bags out from the car, and then Mommy would then put them on the kitchen table. She would arrange them beautifully, and then she would pick out the one that she loves, the pattern that attracted her the most. She would pick those out, and then she would take it for herself so that she can sew it to make her own clothes. And then the rest, she would leave it there. And then I would ask Mommy, who is this for? And then she's like, well, these are for my friends. I'm like, why do your friends are gonna buy from you? They could just go to the shop and buy from themselves. And then Mommy said, because I made it easy for them. See, her friends are golden girls. Some of them can't even drive. Some of them If they do drive, they don't have the confidence to drive to further places. Some of them don't even want the hassle of having to choose. So whenever her friends come over to her house, and because mommy teaches the Quran, so whenever her friends come over to her house, they would see all this fabric on her kitchen table. I'm like, oh, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. Mommy made it easy for them. They don't have to go to the shop. They don't have to think about the choices. Mommy has already given them the personal experience on how they can have things easy, right? They can have the fabric that they want. And she chose a lot, a lot. So there's definitely something for everybody. So that experience since I was younger, kind of like uh, stayed with me. And then there were times when I was in my 20s that I started off my own business. Like I would be baking cakes and sell them. And then, or I would be selling hijab, or I would be selling that time, body shop, going home to home, making like home parties and selling skincare and shampoo and what have you not. So many things in my own personal life. My husband and I started an organic delivery business, delivering from the farm to the customer's door. So within myself and what mommy taught me, I learned a lot of things. There were times when I made money, I lost money, I made money, I lost money. Again, I make money. So there were lessons I learned, the wisdom, the best practices, the tips, the storyline behind things and the people that I meet. So just when I did my business until today, it's with zero paid advertising. Zero paid advertising. I don't even have a big following. You can check out my social media. I don't even have a lot of following, but I have a sustainable business. So those are the things that somehow at that 8 months pregnant, not only was I having a third child, a baby, Rayhan, I was only a few weeks away, okay? So like I said, the last thing I wanted to do was write a book. But that was also the time that I felt that I needed to write a book. It was just something that it wasn't a force, but it just felt something that I needed. So like the way I see it, I had twins. I had Rayhan and I had money makers at the same time. That's the way I feel on the best way to describe it. So imagine me 8 months pregnant with having a baby and having this burning desire. I was conflicted because I knew I couldn't write the way I used to write before. I mean, when I was not pregnant, like, 'cause I couldn't sit for long. I couldn't sit and type and this for hours. I can't because my back was hurting. I was happy, I was tired, I had to pee every 10 minutes. So it was hard. And my mind wasn't really about writing books, even though I had the desire here. It was my mind wasn't here because I was thinking so many things I had to take care of before Rayhan comes in. So I had to figure out a way that is non-conventional for me to write a book. That is non-conventional, that is fast, that is effective, that is simple. But basically, I could have cracked my own code on how I wrote the book and not follow the industry standard. So I reflected and I prayed, I mean, God, just, help me. And then suddenly I had this idea, right? Okay, what if I do it this way? So I set intention, something that's different, something I haven't done before. What if I do it this way? I stayed to that intention, stayed to that commitment, and within 72 hours, I had the full manuscript of Moneymakers, the full manuscript of it. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. But any of you would know, writing books, one of the hardest things is to have the full manuscript. You can start off with writing 1 chapter, 2 chapter, 3 chapters. You can start off by writing that. But when you have a full manuscript within 72 hours, it's a game changer. Because then what I did, okay, I have the full manuscript ready. I'm going to be giving birth. The baby's coming out. I pass it over to my team who cleaned things up and did the magic on it. And then, I have a clean up book version, right? And of course, after that, that's the polishing and the editing stuff, but it doesn't matter because the key then, what I've discovered is that once I have the manuscript, even though it's messy, even though it's imperfect, the full manuscript, okay, not just a chapter, then I can do something about it. And that is what I want you to remember, right? Once you have the full manuscript, even though it's messy or imperfect, but when you have the best team, the right team, they can make things happen for you. And I'm so grateful and in so much gratitude that I wrote Moneymakers then. That time I just had a burning desire to have it out, and hopefully it will help people, with my ideas, my message and everything. But little that I know the impact that it had to me, to my kids, to my business. There's just something special when you write a book that comes from your heart, that is of good intention, that is in integrity. There's something special when you write a book. Not only that it is a tool for you to attract your dream clients, but it's also a tool for you to grow your business, make money, using it as a business card for speaking engagement, and as well to leave a timeless legacy. And since then, from Moneymakers alone, I have been hired by multiple organizations to go over to that place and teach their members on how to write a book, because I wrote it, right, in a rapid way. So that was my uniqueness. I had also organizations hiring me on how to teach their authors how to have more publicity, how to have media attention, more media opportunities. Because that's one of my expertise as well. Because I've learned through the years that having a book alone and having put on Amazon isn't enough. You gotta couple it with powerful media and publicity, just like how I did with my clients and how I did with myself. For myself. So, I've been hired to speak at events because of my books. I've got other clients hiring me to help them to write that book because of Moneymakers and my other books. I was in a book project with Oprah. Oprah, Heroes, Leaders, and Legends, one of my biggest dreams because of my books. Think about it, right? If you want to be in a book project with Oprah, but then you've never written a book before, like, what makes Oprah's editor and publishers going to choose you? Because you haven't got a proven track record. But for me, I don't just have one book, I have multiple books. You can go to Amazon and check me out. I've got multiple books in there. I've also been hired by organizations to come to the retreat and talk about, book writing, media, and publicity. And next year, 2023, I'm going to be holding on my own retreat, my book writing retreat here in California, to help people really write their book in 72 hours to remove all the distractions, right? So it is something that is so impactful and beneficial. I've been booked to TV, to magazines because of Moneymakers and my other books. So that's why it is so important today for you to start off with your book. Some of you already are a best-selling author, or already are an author. Some of you already done anthology books or collaborative books. Some of you, if you've already done collaborative books, you want to move on to solo books now. And if you've already done solo books 2, 3, 5 years ago, it's time to do another one, okay? It's time to do another one. We keep on going, right? It's not about this showing off, but it's about continuously making an impact to others, expanding ourselves, elevating ourselves, and at the same time, we take other people and grow with them. Here's the first thing that I want you to do when you want to jumpstart your book writing session rapidly, 72 hours, like rapid book writing session. Would it be cool with everybody if I share you some tips, some secrets, some hacks that I've learned that could really be beneficial to you? Would it be cool with you if I do that? Give me a yes. Wonderful. Thank you. So the first thing that I want you to think about when you want to start writing your book rapidly, okay, is I want you to know and nail down your book theme right from the beginning. You got to nail things down right from the beginning. No wishy-washy as you go along. You got to nail down from the beginning. It's that when you want to travel to some place, right? You set it on Waze or you set it on your GPS. You already know where you're going right from the beginning. So an example, me, my book theme was about, making money. Making money. I already know that is my theme. I already know my audience because that was the burning desire that I had for many, many, many years. Like I said, it wasn't just a flicker that happened because I was 8 months pregnant. It's something that has been building within me for years. So some of you are, able to connect with that. Like you had a burning desire in your heart for years, for time now, that you want to vomit it out, that you feel so passionately about it that can help people. So that's one way that you can nail your book theme. Another way that you can nail your book theme is, for example, my client Veronica. So Veronica is a doctor in Oriental medicine. She's also a licensed acupuncturist, and she's also trained in multiple modalities like NAET and a few other methodologies. So Veronica get asked a lot, how do I not get sick? Right? So basically, how do I be healthy? How do I be healthy? So Veronica, like her passion is helping people to have optimal health, to have the best health. So bringing that on the most common question, some of you people might be asking you, just like Veronica, the same question over and over and over and over again. You're like, you know what, I'm just going to write a book about this because if it asks so many times of the same question. So the same with Veronica, for example, what are her top essential oils that can help with immune system or help with good health or help with sleep? So Veronica literally wrote a chapter about essential oils alone, and because she's a licensed acupuncturist, she wrote about pressure points, right? Pressure points that can help to boost the immune system. So there are a few pressure points that she can help. These are the most common question that she received. She wrote about nutrition. She wrote about, the mind. She wrote about exercise. She wrote about, it's basically like coming up together with the most common question that she's been often asked. So that's another way for you to write your book and nailing down your book theme. What is the most common question that you get asked? Okay, so write in the comment below, okay? What is the most common question that you get asked? So drop in the comment below. I'd love to see that. What is the most common question that you get asked? So just drop it below. So the other way that you can nail your book theme is by sharing your expertise. For example, my client Mimi. So Veronica's book is called Unlocking Your Super Life. So my client Mimi, okay, she is a transformational and mindset expert, and she has 20, 30 years of experience doing what she does, something proven to help people. So Mimi's book is called The Answer Is You, and Mimi, both Veronica and Mimi hired me to help them to be best-selling authors, right? So Mimi She is then using her experience and expertise of helping others and culminating that into the book. The answer is you. 20, 30 years of experience. Isn't that extraordinary? And in this book, I think there's only 7 or 9 chapters, if I remember correctly. Just read, so she really nailed things down in making things simple, making things easy. And some of you may be like Mimi, who has 10, 20, 30 years of experience culminating of something that is proven and produce results that you can help others. So quick tip, if you're writing a book about techniques that you have created or developed, make sure that it's proven and make sure that you have client result or testimonial or something to prove it. Please do not write a book that is upon mythical thing, like not like mythical, but something that you're not even sure that it's going to work. Please don't, because you have a responsibility to take care of other people. So you want to make sure that they're taken care of by giving them something that is in integrity, something that is responsible, something that you have tested. Okay, so that's a quick top tip for me. Okay, so how many of you here have are similar to Mimi? Okay, are similar to Mimi in the sense that you have this expertise within you that you've crafted over the years, that you're the best at it, you're the go-to expert at it. You have a unique way of doing things. Okay, if that is you, just say yes. Okay, just say yes, and just comment also what your expertise is about. Now, if you have an expertise that is based on an ancient wisdom, I mean, obviously ancient wisdom are proven, but then the key for you is for you to tweak it to make it your own. So whatever that you do, you always want to personalize it. For example, in Moneymakers, I shared my own sales methodology, like how I do sales. It's just ABC, like literally ABC: attract, book, convert. Other people, you know, the gurus, the leaders have got their own vision of sales, but I have tweaked it to fit me with ABC: attract, book, convert, attract, book, convert, attract, book, convert. It's something that I still use to this very day. Okay. Right, does this make sense, everybody? Does this make sense? Give me a yes. Okay, wonderful. Now, the next part that you want to think about, when you want to write your book rapidly within 72 hours or any other timeline that you choose, is that before you write your book, once you've nailed down the theme, right, before you actually go and write the book, you want to test the market. You want to test the market to see if they are biting your book or not. Because otherwise, you're going to be wasting your time, like 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is, writing a book that nobody wants to buy. Quick tip on how to be a best-selling author is the one that sells the most in the shortest period of time. The one that sells the most in the shortest period of time. So if nobody or like 1 or 2 people buys your book, it's going to be hard for you to take it to the bestseller. And more importantly, you're not going to be serving your purpose because you're not going to be able to share your book because nobody is buying it, right? I think it was in 2018, 2019 when I was invited to speak at a conference. It's called the Human Computer Interaction Conference, which is like the top human computer interaction in my industry. I was invited to present about my PhD work. It's the best of the best that is there from Microsoft, from Harvard, MIT, Google, all the best techie people are there. And I was invited to speak to present about my work, which is such an achievement. I'm so grateful for the achievement itself. So while I was there, I actually had this idea because then I was transitioning to on coaching online consultancy. I had this idea that I want to write a course that can help moms to save money. That's something simple, right? But it's also something that I've honed in over the years because I've learned a lot about money management, about savings, and all that. So over the years, I've I've got this expertise and I wanted to put it into a course. So I started writing it at the conference. I started to write it, and it took me weeks and months to have it, the last perfected word. Months. And then when it was done, I'm like, okay, it is done. I'm ready to share it with the world. And I started to, talk about it, share it with my friends, share it with people I know, share it on social media. I share it everywhere. And it generated a lot of interest. Because people are like, absolutely, I want to save money because my expenses are high, there's debt and blah, and this going on. So I had to have, I had a lot of conversation, which was really, really exciting. But then when it comes to the conversion, when people ask you about that offer, about your offer to them, what is it about, how long it is, how much it is, and all those things. When I shared about that, people were like, I don't know. And then it just died. So from a lot of interest to just dying in terms of that. And just guess how many courses did I sold? 0. I sold 0 course. I even wrote it in here in Moneymakers. I sold 0 course. And then I started to get frustrated. I was like blaming everybody. They wanted to know how important it is. It could help them. I was having a little bit of drama session that we always do. But then when I kind of like center and ground myself and reflected upon things, there were 2 key things that was missing in my offer. There were 2 key things that was missing in my offer. So I tweaked my offer, but I didn't spend months to write another course. I tweaked my offer, I tweaked my idea, but I didn't spend months writing the course. Because I'm like, if I'm going to do it, if I'm going to write this course again, spend months, well, if people are not going to buy it, it's going to be a waste of my time and so many other things. So if you're wondering what are those 2 things, it's in the book Moneymakers. You can go and check it out. Moneymakers is available on Amazon. There's even Audible on it. So I tweaked those things and I went to put it out there, and I put it out there for people. I didn't even write the course. I just put it out there. This is my idea. Okay, this is the course. This is my idea about it. Anybody interested? So people were like, reaching back out to me again. And then the moment that, I told them about the offer, because I've tweaked it, right? I've tweaked the offer, I've tweaked the course, I tweaked like everything, quite a few things, mainly those 2 things. And it was a yes. And it wasn't a yes as in yes, and then they go away, but it was yes and money in the bank, money in the bank, money in the bank. Say it with me, darlings. Money in the bank, money in the bank, money in the bank. Okay? So I learned the importance then to really test things out before you develop a product. Otherwise, it's going to be really expensive to have a product that doesn't sell. Time, money, energy, everything wasted. And that's how I'm different from the other publisher, book coaches, media experts. I teach people how they can test things out because I have years of entrepreneurship experience, right? From having my own other businesses to test things out. So with Veronica, With her book, Unlocking Your Super Life, we tested things. We tested things from the word, from the cover, from the content. Like we tested them even before we wrote the book. So that's why Veronica's book is successful. You know, she had a fantastic launch. She became a #1 international best-selling author, and she, you know, now she's helping people with her book, Unlocking Your Super Life. She got into various media opportunities with her book, from TV to magazines. You know, so many different opportunities, from interviews, podcasts, speaking. So test things out even before you have it out. Okay. And the last part of things, you know, so once you name your book thing, you've tested things out. Yes, people are biting. Yes, people are wanting this. Yes, people are enjoying this topic. The next part is that you want to have a plan and a system and the team to hold you accountable and help you, and team of experts. Okay. I'm not talking about your next door neighbor. Talking about a team of experts who can help you. Statistics shows when you have a plan, when you have a system, when you have a team, when you have accountability, you are 80 to 90% more successful than those who do not. Statistics shows that when you have a plan, a system, team members, accountability, you are 80 to 90% more successful than those who do not. Okay, so you want to have a step-by-step plan. For example, with Veronica, we have a plan, right? So the first thing that happened when she hired me was that we sat down together and nailed a book theme, and we nailed a plan. This is what's going to happen. I have a 6-month planner for people to plan things out. When are you going to do this? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do this and this? What is the milestone? You know, so sometimes you have your set your task, right? And then you have the milestone. And we have accountability of checking within the milestone, right? Because it doesn't work if people miss the milestone. It's going to cause delay. And so usually clients work with me 6 months to write the book. Some of them takes a little bit longer, but my most successful clients are those that write it within 6 months. And I want that to be you. I want to see you win. I want to see you successful. So take it. So we're cool with you if I take it at 6 months, the writing process. Would that be cool to do that? Fabulous. So 6 months, so we plan things, and I would set things up. We would set a task. I would set a task with Veronica. We'd co-create things together, and then she would go and execute them. Okay, and then she would come back. There's been times when I literally sat her in the calls, was like looking at her chapter line by line, remove this, take this away. It has to be this way. So this is the direction. We're gonna move it this way. We're gonna tweak it. You know, there's so many things that are so invaluable when you have an expert eye looking at your work. It makes things faster. It makes things effective. It makes things. It supercharges everything. And having that system. So because as well, I'm a highly skilled in media, you know, Veronica was in places. Her book got publicity, from podcasting to interviews to TV to different kind of shows to books. So Veronica was, you know, had that extra boost, publicity, not only that it kind of like elevated her credibility as the go-to expert, but her voice is then seen in front of thousands. So imagine, right, when you go to let people check you out, and then you have, if you go to my website, istiharjamil.com, for example, you know, that is featured in Forbes, TED, and all those places. It just boosts people's credibility. So basically, you want to have the milestone, set up a plan that works, a proven system, a proven plan, accountability. You want to have the best team members. Like me, whenever I get hired to do a book project and the media, so I always have book and media together to give my clients maximum impact. It's always like usually between 5 to 7 team members in the background that you don't see. editor, copywriter, formatter, publisher, or like, the graphic designer, there's so many things, bestseller campaign expert, which is me. I'm the bestseller campaign expert. I run all the bestseller campaign for my clients because it's a highly, highly skilled area. So one of the milestones that, I'm going to have in 2023 for my book clients is that we're going to have a virtual retreat and an in-person retreat here in Huntington Beach, California. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be 3 days, retreat. And what we're going to do in that 3-day, right? So what we're going to do is that we're going to prepare, what needs to be done. And then on that 3-day, we're going to sit down together. I'm going to be holding your hand every step of the way so that you can write your full manuscript in that period, in that 3-day, and that 72 hours. Just like how I did mine with Moneymakers when I was 8 months pregnant, I'm going to be holding your hand to do that. And now, when you come to Huntington Beach, then you're going to be fully prepared because I've prepared you from now, right? I've told you exactly what you need to do things. And over there, as we work together in December, January, February, we're going to be building things up. We're going to be preparing, we're going to execute things, we can take actions so that when you come to the retreat in March in Huntington Beach, you're ready. Your mindset ready, you've got your ducks lined up, you know what to do, everything has been planned to. Some of you may already write half of the manuscript, right? Because our work starts today. When you join the program, your work starts today, okay? So that is one of the biggest milestones that, I have set up for my clients. And then we have the weekly coaching to check you up. We have private coaching for those who paid in full so that you are set up in every way possible to be successful. I love books. I love books so much. Like, it has impacted me, my life, my children's life, my clients' life, my business, the people around me. It's extraordinary. Both of my kids, Abra and Nadra. Abra is 11 years old and Nadra now is 8 years old. Both of them are #1 international best-selling authors. Abra had his book this year with Trapped in a Snow Globe, and Nadra had her book when she was 6 years old with A Girl Who Loves Ponies. Okay, so they have the stories behind it. I'm going to be sharing with you in a little bit later, but it just impacted me so much. And I don't know about you, but as a parent, one of your greatest success is that when you see your children being successful because of what you did, because of something good that you did. So, darlings, those are the ideas. Those are the fundamentals that if you take this today, right now, you master all that, you take action, you can write your book in 72 hours. I've done it. My clients done it. It works. So these are the strong fundamentals. Master it, take it, run away with it. Like, even if I don't see you ever again after this, know that you have something so powerful in your tools that nobody else does. Statistics shows more than half Americans, more than half, wants to write a book or have a story idea, right? I mean, how many people have you seen that are like, you know what, I should write a story. I've always wanted to do a story. My life could be a book and all those things. More than half wants to write a book. But then 10 to 16%, and I'm being generous here, 10 to 16% wrote a bit more than half of their book. And a smaller percentage of that, maybe 3 to 5%. And I'm being generous again, like maybe 3 to 5% actually finished writing that book. And a smaller percentage published them. And even smaller percentage become a best-selling author. So can you see well, when you become a published author, a best-selling author, you are on the top 5%, the very least, of people in your industry. It's not easy to write a book. It's not easy, especially when you're writing a solo book. Now, I'm also known for producing anthology books. I have a system, I have everything on planner, I have a team. A lot of my clients hire me to produce their own anthology book because they can make really good money from producing anthology books. Which is one way to get started. That's how I got started. That's how I built my confidence to being an author. But also having your own book, your own solo book with your thoughts, your ideas, that helps to showcase how deep, the deeper side of you, your expertise is extraordinary. Okay, so you want to have that part in. Okay, darling. So if you have any questions, just drop it in below. Okay, drop it in below, and then I'll answer it after today's session so that I can just focus on delivering you the content, if that's okay with you. But just drop in your comments, okay? If you have any of them, just drop in your comments, either myself or one of my team members is going to take care of you. Okay, darlings. Now, I want to move on to showing you the actionable steps that you can take to move forward. Would that be cool with everybody? Fabulous. Okay, darling. So would it be cool with you if I show you exactly on how you can write your solo book using my team, my system, everything that I have, my expertise in the next 6 months? Would it be cool with you if I show you exactly how you can write your solo book using my system, my proven system, my team of experts in the next 6 months? Would it be cool with you if I show you how to do that? Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to isdiharjamil.com/book offer. isdiharjamil.com/book offer. One word as in book offer. Okay, everybody able to access it? isdiharjamil.com/book offer. Checking in, everybody able to access it? Just give me a yes if you're able to access it. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Okay, ready, darling? Let's go. Now, before that, there are some qualifications into working with me, because I don't want to work with everybody. There's only very, very, very specific people that I want to work with. And these are the people who's like mommy. These are the people who's like mommy, who knows what they want, who have a dream, and more importantly, do not let circumstances bound them. Whether it's family, financial, everything else, they go for their dreams. They fight for it. The only way that your dream isn't going to happen is that if you quit on them. The only way if your dream isn't going to happen if you quit on them. So I'm looking, and I love working with smart, intelligent, open, courageous, committed, kind, business savvy businesswoman who knows what they want. Businesswoman and man who knows what they want. I have the capacity to figure things out and make things workable. Even if there are circumstances holding them back, they're able to figure things out. And they know what they want. You know what you want, right? You're smart, intelligent, beautiful, savvy, committed, serious business people. You know what you want. And those are the people that I want. I'm not going to be here convincing you why you should hire me. You already know what you want. I honor that. I trust in that. I trust in you to make the best decision for yourself. And I also trust you to go for your dreams. I believe in you. I see your dream, like I want to see you win. Just like Mommy. She knows what her dreams are and she goes for it. And along the way, she figured out how to go for her dreams by helping other people, by making things easy for them. Those are the people that I love to work with. Okay. And what's possible when you're working with me? What's my commitment to you? My commitment is just simple. I'm going to have one commitment to you. You do what I tell you to do. You trust in the process, you trust in the system, you trust in me, and you do what I tell you to do. You're going to have your book in 6 months. Just like Veronica did and my many other clients did. You do what I tell you to do, trusting the process, trusting in the system, trusting in me, trusting in yourself. You will have your book in 6 months. Just like Veronica and Monica. Okay, do this, go, do this, go, do this, go, do this, go. And they all have the book within a short period of time. And also remember, you're going to have the secret weapon of the retreat, right? Where you're going to be writing everything together, your full manuscript in 72 hours. You have everything that you need to be successful. You're going to be taken care of. Okay. So what are the things that you can expect when you're working with me? What are the expectations? What are the features? What are you going to be getting? So just like Mimi, Veronica, Monica, Michelle, and all my other beautiful, successful clients, all you have to do, your number one job when you work with me is that you just have to focus on writing your book. You just have to focus on writing and sharing your story and sharing your ideas and sharing your expertise and sharing your voice. That's all you have to do. That's all your number one job. And my team and I will take care of the rest. From coaching you, from the editing, the formatting, the cover, the bestseller, the graphics, from the marketing side of things, from the publicity side of things, from the media side of things, my team and I will take care of all of that for you. Because I want you to focus on writing your book the best version that it can be. This is not just about you and me anymore. It's about impacting the highest good, leaving a legacy for the highest good for many generations. Okay, like my daughter Nadra, right? So she loves ponies. She loves it. She wants to have one. So I'm like, fantastic, darling. Now you got to go and figure out how you're going to be making money to buy ponies. To buy them expensive, to upkeep them is expensive, right? So we have to figure it out. I told Nadra to figure it out. She was only 6 then. So she thought about things and she's like, Mommy, I want to write a book just like you. I'm like, okay, fantastic. Like basically she wants to write a book, she wants to sell her books and then use that money to buy her pony. That was her dream, that was her plan. So she started to talk about her storyline, and her story is so simple. It's like The Girl Who Loves Ponies. That's the title of the book, and that's exactly what it is about. So it's about her experience of, riding her first pony and what she thinks. It's just a cute storyline that's based on her own experience. But Nadra didn't even know how to properly write or spell that, but she just had that idea. So that's all that she needs. She just needs her idea, and then the rest are being taken care of by a team of experts. Well, my team of experts. There's nothing better than when you get to help your child to be successful through Other Moms Out. So Nadra then became a #1 international best-selling author with her book, The Girl Who Loves Ponies. Yes, it's available on Amazon, so you can go ahead and check it out. And And she also was interviewed on Fox 11 LA News because it's just a cutesy story. Girl writes book to to buy a pony. This is so cute. And I'm following that, this year, my son Abrar, and seeing how Nadra and myself are writing books and, becoming successful or like impacting other people. Abrar then chose to write a book as well this year. And his book is called Trapped in a Snow Globe. Trapped in a Snow Globe. And he became a #1 international best-selling author. And Abrar's big why to write his book is because he wants to buy his gaming computer. That's a boy for you. So again, these kids, they don't know anything about the rest of the stuff. All they care about is that they just have that story. And the rest are being taken care of by a team of experts as it should be. And that is exactly what's going to happen to you when we work together. If a 6-year-old girl can write a book, so can you. So, like, I've made it like so simple, like even for a 6-year-old girl, like, can be an author. Okay. So because what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be working effectively and simplifying things, and we are going to accelerate a lot of things. Like basically, I've cut a lot of the fluff and BS. You're a busy person, I'm a busy person. The last thing I want to be doing is doing 20 different things I don't need to do. So I've always worked with, this is what I shared again in Money Makers. What is the one thing I need to do to make this happen? Who is the one person and one person alone that is just gonna 10x this thing? Okay, so you're gonna be having, just like Veronica, just like all my other clients, you're gonna be having a monthly coaching with me where we're gonna be sitting down and go through your chapter. Like I said, we have accountability and checkpoints and milestones, right? The first thing that's gonna happen when you jump into the program is that you're gonna have a one-on-one session with me. Not like with me, not any of my team members, with me, because we're going to be nailing down your book theme, we're going to be nailing down your plan, we're going to be testing things out right there and then. And then once that happens, we have a monthly sessions where you will be supported and taken care of. And then we're going to be having a virtual retreat, and we're also going to be having an in-person retreat. The in-person retreat is happening here in California, Huntington Beach, California, from 7th to the 9th of March. And in that session, in that event, we're literally going to sit down and produce your entire manuscript in 72 hours. So imagine a beautiful place, because when you want to write something that is out of the anomaly, you gotta take yourself away from your current environment. That's why if you were to sit at your home right now, you wouldn't be able to write in 72 hours because there's so many distractions. So I'm bringing you here in a beautiful place. Imagine waking up and seeing the beach. It's absolutely beautiful. Waking up and seeing the beach and hearing the waves. How can you not get inspired by that? Because we're eliminating a lot of distractions. So all you have to focus on is your writing and having that manuscript done. Because like I said, once you have the full manuscript ready, it's easy. Because then we can pass it over to team members who's going to do the magic on it, right? But no team members can do any magic if you don't have anything to give it to them. And then also at the retreat, you're going to have me, like in person, there helping you. You're going to be knocking at my door in my hotel room, like, come on here, like at the resort, right? Okay, we're going to, you have access to me in person. We're going to be meeting in the morning and setting our intention and the plan. And then after lunch, we're going to be meeting, after lunch to have a reflection and set up the next plan. And then in the evening, we're going to be celebrating our success. So it's going to be amazing, okay? It's going to be amazing. But the most of all is the experience and the value of having a face-to-face, in-person contact. That's the most valuable that I find like rapidly changes things. So that's going to be the retreat, okay? You're also going to be getting media and publicity. So you're going to be on my TV show. I have a TV show called It Takes Courage. Just last week alone, we were in the studio. I hired a studio. I had a camera crew with Natalie, who was one of the best cinematographer. And then I had guests coming over to my studio to talk about their work, their passion, and everything. So you are going to have an interview with me, a prime time, one-on-one, not panel style, to talk about your book, your passion, and my TV show is aired on Roku TV. Roku TV has about 40 million viewers every month. 40 million viewers every month. And statistics shows that when you are seen in this platform, my TV show is on Roku TV and we're building it up to Amazon Fire TV. Statistics shows that when you are seen in this platform, your brand awareness increases by 30%. That is huge. Brand awareness increase, right? So you're going to be having my TV show. You're also going to be featured, having a media feature press release in hundreds of other media on Fox, NBC, CBS, and hundreds of other media, having to boost up your credibility and put your book on the map, put you on the map, right? Forget about your book, put you on the map, because that is your voice. And that's what I love, sharing people's voices. So for those of you who are serious in sharing your voice now, so we're going to have a meet and greet in December. And now, we're going to kick things off officially on January, but your work starts today, the moment you sign up. I've already prepared the homework for you. I've already prepared the action so that you can be successful in the fastest way possible, and the most effective and simplest way possible. So for those of you who are action takers, who are serious, who are committed, who's just like mom, and this is my dream, I'm going to go for it. Who are serious, intelligent, capable, smart, savvy business people who knows what they want. There's some beautiful bonuses for you that I have created. And I just want to thank you and acknowledge those action takers, okay? And also because it's close to Thanksgiving, it's close to Christmas, I'm feeling a little bit generous in sharing the love with each and every one of you. So I have 5 availability to work with me early next year. 5 ability to work with me early next year. And for those of you who are committed and who pays in full, you get 50% off. Okay, you get 50% off for those of you who pay in full and commit to right now and secure your spot. So this isn't for thousands of people. This is just for an intimate group of people, because I love intimacy. I love working in a small group that is safe, that is intimate, that is connected, that is warm. And it's hard to do that when you have hundreds of thousands of people. I feel like I'm the safest when I'm in a small group environment where I'm connected to, I have warm, I experience the safety. That's the place where I thrive. And I'm creating that and co-creating that with you. That's why it's just a small number of people. So for those of you who commit now, you're going to get 50% bonus when you pay in full. And you also get 1 private coaching session. All of you are going to get one-on-one session with me to nail down your book thing. But you're also going to get 1 private coaching session on top of your monthly coaching session, just to make sure that everything is taken care of, you're taken care of, because sometimes in a group coaching, there's something sensitive or private you just want to share, right? So you will have the opportunity when you pay in full. You're also going to be featured on media, like hundreds of media on a press release, on Fox, NBC, CBS, and hundreds of other media. Imagine that alone is priceless, because you can just say, featured in X, Y, and Z, there's hundreds of them, so you just choose and put that on your website, put it on social media. It really boosts your credibility. Okay, so what is the investment then? What is the investment that some of you are asking? So the investment to work with me, to write your solo book using my team and my system and having an expert eye taking care of you, holding your hand all the way, It's 12K. It's 12K. But like I said, for those of you who are action takers, who are committed, who just like, you know what, going for my dreams, I'm giving you 50% off. So it's 6K, all in, all in, from the coaching, from the editing, from the publishing, from the copyright, from the graphics, marketing, bestseller campaign, from the publicity, all that is all in. Heads up, with the retreat is included in that 6K, but you are responsible for your own travel, your own accommodation, your own food. You are responsible for all of that. But coming to the retreat and the system and everything else that's part of it, the space to be in the retreat, that's all included. Okay, darling? But you just have to take care of things on your end, your flight, your accommodations, your food and everything else that come to the retreat. It's part of it. Like it's one of the most critical milestones for you when you have an in-person thing, and then we want to have the manuscript done. So 6K, you're going to be working with me for 6 months. So 6K in 6 months. Like I said, most of my clients are very successful in the 6 months period. So 6K, 6 months. And for those of you who are wanting a payment plan, there's also a payment plan available, which is 6 times $1,100. So on payment plan, you're paying a little bit more. And that's an amazing offer. And if I were you, I would do that. It's a great, great offer. And if I were you, I would do that. Okay, darling. So that's it from me. And remember, my commitment to you is just simple. There's only one. You do what I tell you to do. You trust in the process. You trust in the system. You trust in me. You trust in yourself. Most importantly, you're going to have your book in 6 months. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to izdiharjamil.com, izdiharjamil.com/book offer, izdiharjamil.com/book offer. And then scroll down to the bottom and click on the red button to sign yourself up. Okay. All right, darlings, thank you. And I'll hope that I will see some of you in working together with me in 2020, and let's make it happen. Take care. May peace be upon you. Bye. 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 Bye.